We start the evening with major news from McDowell County, where a federal major disaster declaration has been made by President Trump. That allows the Federal Emergency Management Agency to start delivering federal aid to flood-damaged areas. Governor Morrisey was on the ground today in McDowell County, and our news team caught up with him as he surveyed the progress so far.
As flood recovery efforts continue in McDowell County and southern West Virginia, much needed federal help is on the way.
It was a sigh of relief somewhat for not only us, but for the people here in southern West Virginia.
Last night, President Donald Trump approved a major disaster declaration for McDowell, Mercer, Mingo, and Wyoming County.
These are good people. They're working really hard.
It took a little more than a week to be authorized, and Governor Morrisey said the process of getting the aid was expedited.
They have to go and check everything out. Our process and Kentucky's were completely different. You note that Virginia, doesn't have it yet, right? But that's because all the processes work differently. So if a state can't handle a particular situation, they call the feds. So what happened early on is Kentucky said, well, we just can't handle it. And they had a lot of deaths, they had a lot of different issues. In West Virginia, we leapt into action to be very helpful. And immediately we had people on the ground.
Getting federal aid is a major relief for those on the ground in McDowell County.
It is a fact that our individuals in our areas are in dire need of financial help. Most people were unable. They had no type of flood insurances, and due to the fact that you can't afford it. It's just the way it is. And I think it just kind of gives them a little hope, and because, let's face it, most people are very skeptical of the government, whether it be from the White House all the way to your local courthouse and city hall. So, it gives them, maybe a breath of fresh air to know that, hey, we are going to receive some help.
Federal dollars will fix a major funding gap that the county simply could not take care of on its own.
Our counties do not have the revenue, do not have the funds to be able to undertake these massive projects on their own. These individuals that receive the benefits from this FEMA declaration, it will aid them and assist them in getting their homes in order, repairing, rebuilding things that needs to be taken care of, that they will actually have a habitable, safe place to live.
Next up, FEMA will begin getting boots on the ground to roll out aid to those who need it. Governor Morrisey was also on the ground today, once again surveying the damage.
A lot of the National Guard here helping out, doing what's necessary. So it's an all hands on deck situation. I was just over in Bradshaw, and you could see if you go over in that area, they're installing parts to build up the road again to get the water pipe back connected. There are a lot of things that have to happen even before you get water restored. They're working on it right now. That's a project that takes a couple days. A lot of slips in the road. There are things that have to get addressed. But I could tell you the state has responded to every single request that's come in, and that's the way we like to work. We want to get on things fast. We want to help the people of this area.
But for now, the McDowell County Commission is grateful for the help it is receiving, from the government to the many people across the country donating manpower and supplies.
So with that, we're thankful. Tell everybody you can. Continue to support, but above all, pray for southern West Virginia. We desperately need it.
In Welch, with Micah Leith, I'm Danny Delante for Newswatch.